Hey guys, this is a new series of videos that Greg and I are going to be doing, properly titled Nail School. In these series of videos, we're going to be getting into detail, fine detail, and it might be related to the videos that we do, or it could just be on a question you have or something that you want to see specifically. And in this case, how to properly marbleize acrylic so that it does not look like mud. So in episode 35 of the Biz Vlog, Greg went through and did a beautiful color acrylic marbleization. He's going to show you the details of how to get that awesome marble right now without it looking like mud. Let's get started. So, how do you marble, bro?
You have to be really careful that when you're marbling acrylic, you don't take the dark color and oversaturate the design, because then it'll turn muddy. It mixes up, it blends. You want it basically to look like this, right? You want it to look like a cover, you know, really fine lines. You have to lay the product down wet, barely touch the black, and quickly, right, go through it. You have to start with a light color first and work yourself up to darker. So when you're working with the surface, I want to just kind of moisten the surface. That way the acrylic is going to spread real fast. I'm always going to start with lighter color. So I'll go with just a dot of yellow, and then I'm going to take a dot of turquoise, and then another dot of yellow, and I set it on the opposite sides, and then just a touch of black. And what I'm going to do is barely touch my black. That way it creates this really killer marbled acrylic look. Do you see that?
That's cool.
What I try to do is cover small areas at a time. That way when I file it into shape, it doesn't look like mud.
So you'll any open space.
Correct.
You're going to do the same technique just in all these open spaces to fill it in.
Correct. Because what ends up happening is the acrylic dries so fast that if you try to overdo it to cover the open space, you end up muddying everything up.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna lay the yellow here in the center, blue on the opposite sides, and then take the black and just come through it a couple times, okay?
Cool.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a really light amount of yellow, really wet amount of yellow. I'm going to take just a touch of blue on both sides, get a little bit of black, and take a look at how I'm actually able to drag. See that? Barely touching, how it creates that really cool marbled look. If I take my brush and I just kind of push it out, push it out, push it out, and then use my brush to drag it, look what happens. That doesn't look like marble anymore. It ends up looking like
Caca.
This time I'm going to use white, and I'm going to set this down right here. This time I'm going to take a little bit of black on both sides, and as you can end up seeing, I can lightly drag through the surface while the white is wet, and I'm barely touching the surface to get it to marble. See that? It's a matter of going through the surface with a darker color, not dragging, almost floating through the surface so that it marbleizes.